Baby.
Firewater wellness shot this morning, and I thought it'd be gone by now. It's not. Does it have marijuana in it? Yeah. Did you get that? Did you get that at the dispensary in Cherokee? Yeah. I like when they do cross marketing. It's like if a Hillbilly had a place called Hillbilly Golf, I'd want to go there. But when the corporation that has Hillbilly Golfs, and I said Hillbilly Golfs, I don't hate that. In Gallenberg, I'm like, all right, this is bullshit. So
Hillbilly Golf is just outlaw, isn't it?
You know, they got a Hillbilly Golf too. But my point is,
Hillbilly Golf, isn't that the accidental thing you said? Sorry, finish your.
That was an accident. Yeah. All I wanted to say is when I see Firewater, I'm like, what? But then when I hear that the Cherokee called something Firewater, I'm like, I bet that's kind of good, actually. At the dispensary, yeah. At the dispensary. You guys are smoked to the bone, dude.
No, but I was saying that.
Your faces right now.
I was saying that the Hillbilly Goth is just outlaw country. That's all that is. That's all Hillbilly Goth is. Because then I was like, is there? Does that thing exist? And then of course it does. Of course it does.
Yeah, there's a creator I follow who plays the banjo and has a group that goes by Hillbilly Goth or Hillbilly Gothic, but thick as fuck, like thick. Rest in peace, David Allan Coe. I would have bet $1 billion he was already dead. Like, have spoken to his son, and I'm 99% sure that when Tyler refers to him, he acts like he's dead. Like, he doesn't say rest in peace, but I feel like he's like, yeah, you know, Dad, we used to, you know what I mean? Like, maybe they don't talk to him. Anyway, I thought he was dead. Isn't it weird? It's a weird thing to say about David Allan Coe, too. Someone who you absolutely know is burning in hell if, in fact, hell exists. Like, he's not avoiding that one.
There's no peace in his rest.
But yeah, no, you're just saying it. Why? I don't know what it is. I just read it. Well, the thing is,
I didn't even know you. I thought you guys were doing a bit. He's really dead?
Yeah, he just died.
Oh, shit.
And here's other news for you. I just found this out, like, not too long ago. Hell's not real. So that's pretty cool.
Hell's not real?
No,
well, then that kind of ruins the whole... David Allan Coe's doing probably fine then, right?
So, like, if you're resting in peace, so why do we say that if hell's not real, Drew? So, they wouldn't say that if hell was fake.
That's true. We need something to be scared of.
So, I've been trying to talk to him about it, DJ. That's why I brought it up. I've been writing my senators, and I've been trying to tell them, we got to stop saying this. Hell's not real. Yeah. DJ,
can you quantify it a little bit?
Startup in Brooklyn, and he's about to take my mama's fucking... retirement.
The Brookstone too.
So, I brought it up before, unbelievably handsome, but when you change a little bit, it's like you look like what all the kids are trying to look like. To me, like, doesn't he look like he used to work for Vice?
Oh yeah, used to. Yeah, that or like a oh man. Like I feel like he's gonna start talking to us about NADs real soon. About like true keeping life as long as possible, like longevity and
okay. That wasn't the vibe I was getting, but I see it. You look great, more like 1940s, like CIA, MK Ultra, Professor Sidney Gottlieb, Stiley. You just
okay. Well, if you want to be accurate, I was trying to be funny, but that's accurate. That's
yeah. You just need a collared shirt, and that's exactly what you look like, because that's what those dudes in Brooklyn were doing. Was like 40s haircuts, but with t-shirts. If you put on a collared shirt right now, absolutely, dude. I'd be like, hey, this guy, listen to him, because at the end of the movie, we're gonna find out he was right the whole time.
And he's not the tie guy; he's the suspenders guy too. Open collars, suspenders. Yeah, of course you smoke. And he's the guy. He's the guy that's the people that are like, okay, that guy's probably not lying to me. He's the guy that sells the lie.
And then, yeah, good cop.
Cool cop, not good cop. Not good cop, not bad cop, cool cop. There's a third cool cop.
Is there? That exists? That's a thing? Thank you, DJ. I'm glad someone else brought it up. Dude, one time, this is a funny story because I'm the butt of the joke, but I was right, I think, in my heart. One time, I bumped a little ketamine and then went to the back of the store and smoked some weed. And I looked about like y'all do right now. And these dudes were talking about True Detective and how much they love it. And they were talking about
Which season?
the first one. And they were talking about how Russ Cole is such a good character, which is true. But I was like, I don't know, man. Like, every time we start praising Copaganda, it backfires on us.
Yeah.
They got stuck on me calling it Copaganda. And like, we're just fucking dressing me down about how's it Copaganda? Like, basically, like they were younger. Basically, like, here's another woke millennial trying to have a point that don't make sense. And I was too high to defend myself. So then I just started trying to make jokes. Like, instead of like, I was like, in my head, I'm like, I can't keep the plot on the point I was even making. So I'm just going to start making jokes, you know? And somebody said something, and I said, well, this guy looks like, and I don't remember what I said, but it didn't come across as funny. It came across as quite mean. It came across like I had lost an argument, and then I just started insulting the people.
Which is what it was, right?
Yeah, and let me say this. What I said about him, also true, okay? Like, the thing I said about Copaganda was true. That's what I said about fucking Connor was true, okay?
You're like, I'm too high to lie right now. That would take too much fucking brain power to make. I can't even make a thinly veiled joke. I'm just being honest about what I see in front of me.
It's not my fault that Russ Cole was designed to make you think that there were decent cops in the world and that you look like a date rapist, Connor. That's not my fault.
I think that was like part of it is like he wasn't necessarily like a great guy, right?
Right.
I mean, like that. It's nobody understands nuance, dude. Speaking of like rad shit,
Welcome to Gravy Baby. Go ahead, DJ.
Oh, hey everybody, welcome to Gravy Baby.
I've already talked to Drew about this, but Carmen, have you seen Vince Staples' Blackberry Marmalade?
No, I have not.
Lower your mic just a touch. I don't know.
I got it.
Dude, it's so badass.
I don't think so. I have not seen it. Why? What happened?
It's fucking rad. Number one, the song's rad. And I knew a couple years ago when he was interviewing Paris, Texas, like it was gonna go this direction, but like fucking the song's rad, right?
Okay.
It's like it's great. It's fucking great. But like the video itself is like it's so, man. It's like dude. I don't know how and I don't want to talk about like I don't want to put what I think it is in anybody's head. But seriously, this is like one of those things where I've watched it like 10 or 12 times and I've gotten something different from it.
Okay. Are you giving me homework? I'll watch it and we'll talk about it next episode.
And he's so high, he stopped. Like he thought I was interrogating him. He was like, he went,
"No, I think we're gonna whisper. I think we're something."
I was just caught up. I was like, okay. So what? I don't. Can you give me anything without giving your full opinion? Can you give me any kind of? What's the context?
It's a guy. He goes in. The shooter. He goes into a store. He shoots a bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
It ends with a really crazy. Well, not a crazy, but like a Martin Luther King Jr. quote. The question is not whether or not we are extremists, but what type of extremists we're gonna be. And like the song, it starts. The lyrics are like, "Empires built on blood-stained ground." Kanye West, I pray they all fall down. London Bridge, they trying to cross you now. Don't crash out. Dirty Diana, and you can dissect those lyrics for yourself.
It seems pretty plain to me.
I very much enjoyed it. I've been pretty much doing it, and then it's like the shooter comes up to him, but you just have to watch it. Have to watch for like the. And I do have this problem, by the way, where it's like I will feed into something like too much, but it's just like I don't. But again, I don't want to feed an idea to someone, and I don't want to talk about like how I evaluate or my analysis of the video. but I've also seen other people like dissect the video and like, so it's great. It's like one of those things like with the Lego movies. Okay, so when they came out with the
Oh
Lego,
my God, they dropped another one. Did you see the new one?
they stay dropping them. Have you?
I know.
And dude, when they first came out, I was like, okay, they chose Legos because, you know, Legos are made out of petroleum and they're like sending these, like, dude, I was like, I was like picking up little rabbit or like little Easter egg, it's about like rabbit eggs.
Made sense. No,
Yeah.
Easter egg.
Grabbing little Easter eggs. I get it.
Right. I was like picking up little Easter eggs and then I found out, oh, it's a bunch of like Gen Z kids.
Yeah, they're like, no, dumb Americans love Legos. Do Legos. I think it's literally that simple.
Legos. I mean, like, dude, it's just like this team. Like, Dropsite did an interview with them. It's super rad. They're just like some kids. Anyways, long story short, just like that started doing it. It was not like they had a propaganda team. They just started making them. It's just these like, it's fucking crazy.
Is it propaganda or is it just them making fun of America? And like, you don't normally see that side of it, right? Like,
No, I mean, it's propaganda for sure, dude. Like, propaganda's not always bad. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
put that on a t-shirt.
I mean, it's not. It's like objectively not, right? Am I right about that? It's like, I mean, we put out propaganda. Like, I guess it depends on how you see. Like, I guess how you see it. But I mean, like, propaganda is not always like.
We should consult with our attorney. Drew, is propaganda, can it be inherently positive?
Like a good attorney, I'm going to look up the actual definition before I start to answer this because, you know, I know for sure, for real. And then like a good comedian, I'm just going to tell you guys one of my favorite memes in the last 5 years is propaganda. How about I take a propaganda at them titties?
I mean, that's a classic.
Systematic, often biased or misleading dissemination of information, ideas, images, or rumors to influence public opinion and promote a specific political cause or viewpoint. I would argue that the systematic part is, I'm going to find that problematic 99.9% of the time. And when someone's doing like this stuff, it almost feels not like propaganda. What's the word I'm looking for? Because it's coming from there to here. They cannot control our system. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not inside the system that it's coming from, it doesn't feel like propaganda as much. Maybe I'm ignorant though.
But because it's not being snuck in. It's not being snuck in undetected. This is very blatant.
It being subliminal, but like if you get like it's like, okay, it's like, for instance, Democratic Socialists of America, and then they'll use that, like the woman's the what's her name? Fuck, I can't remember. Ruby,
the Riveter, yeah.
Rosie the Rabbit.
Yeah, that's not necessarily like, you're not sneaking it in. You're not. It's like the messaging. You are promoting your cause, and you're creating propaganda, but like that's not necessarily either misleading or whatever. It's just like, hey,
yeah.
I think that wouldn't make it propaganda because it's not misleading.
Okay, hold on. Merriam removed the word systemic, and it just describes it as spreading ideas, facts, or allegations to further your cause or damage your opponent. I mean, by that, yeah, like you have to acknowledge that there's some good propaganda in the world. Point to DJ.
There's a bunch of fucking great propaganda out there.
Ding, ding,
Bad
ding.
propaganda. It's just like when you watch, okay,
but a lot of people think that a lie is automatically involved in the word propaganda or a misinformation aspect. I'm just saying a lot of people think that. I'm not telling you they should.
The first definition. If you don't read definition B.
Hold on. Carmen, that was not the first definition. The first definition does not have the misleading aspect to it in Merriam-Webster. You know what that came from? AI. You know how I didn't click AI, but you know how AI pops up at the top of your Google now, and you got to fucking scroll past it? That's where I read it, and I apologize, everyone. So I got propagandized on the word propaganda. How deep does it go?
See, this is the other part. No, listen, and this is the other part. They like to say, "Oh, you don't want to believe that. That's North Korean propaganda," to automatically make you feel like it's wrong or bad or like it's a lie, instead of just seeing it as just like as propaganda. What it is,
marketing for an idea.
You don't have to agree with it. There's a
It's like marketing for an idea instead of a company.
marketing
That's how I see it.
idea. Now watch me
Yeah, the
spin spoon with my mind.
I think it's marketing, which can be good or bad. Like if you're a comic, you have to promote your show. That's a type of marketing. That doesn't make you evil or a big company trying to manipulate people. So there can be good marketing, there can be bad marketing. I think propaganda is marketing for an idea, whereas marketing is, propaganda for a company.
Yeah, which you could agree with or you cannot agree with. That's
oh shit, those are the options.
we have. We have options. That's another thing now that like it's back in the news and like they're trying to pass like legislation to make like Charlemagne the God and fucking Candace Owens and Hassan Pie and all these people like they're trying to like I don't know calm threats to whatever like it's like in my mind they really are. I would say that they are all the same in the sense that they're all entertainers. Now, the ideas that they push are not all the same, but that's the thing about somebody's opinion or their ideas is like, bro, that's just your opinion or your idea. Don't make a fuck.
I think what the problem is these talking heads, the Tucker Carlsons, the Candace Owens, all that. I think they don't realize that a lot of times people are listening to them that don't support them. It's just like you've talked about, like listening to super red media and shit like that because it's interesting to you, not that you believe it or you follow it or that you want it to thrive. These people are taking these conflated numbers and being like, oh, all these people are behind me, so I can keep and I think maybe some of them is falling off because now Tucker's like, I apologize for everything I did, voting for Trump, being so I didn't even like the man, blah blah blah, all this other shit, and it's just like, yeah, I don't know that you get off the hook because you admitted to being a fucking shill, to being a lackey. I don't know that like I don't know what like the logic behind all of it doesn't make any sense.
About rewind that. The logic behind apologizing or the logic behind watching something that you don't agree with. I might have meant something.
I don't think they realize that that the number is not a righteous number to their support. That number is people going, what did this crazy? It's the Howard Stern effect. What did she say about Erica this time? Like that, a lot of this stuff, sometimes people are watching and going, damn, that's wild. But doesn't mean like, yes, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, most people you should be an adult and have your own ideas and opinions and just, it's entertainment now, by the way.
Anymore. Everybody's just regurgitating things somebody else said on a thing.
I also would say a lot of people who are on the internet consuming this aren't adults. A lot of the people consuming this stuff on the internet are not adults.
Yeah, it's kids and who are more susceptible. I am only thinking about it in adults, so that's fair.
I guess I feel. I guess going back to it is like I guess I just feel like listening to someone's idea, you shouldn't be threatened by it, regardless, because you should have enough of your own opinion in your own mind to just listen to what they say. And fucking, I guess in a perfect world, that's what that is.
I don't know. What if their idea is to murder you in your group? What if that's the idea they
Who, me?
He's like, what group? The chickens?
I'm just saying, you made a statement you shouldn't be threatened by anyone's idea, but like, what if the idea is to kill you? Like, that's an idea, I think.
What? Who's got that idea? Name one person.
Then you got to propagandize it.
You can't name it.
You got to start the smear campaign.
Say time's up. Did he say time's up? You can't name. Well, I already got him in because you already said them. They were already in. They were already in the bucket. I didn't have to put them in the bucket before time.
Okay, but that's just okay. And then here's the thing. Then if we go into like a free speech type of thing, then we can't be like, okay, Hassan can't fucking talk about fucking killing billionaires. Without, as somebody can talk about their favorite group that they want to murder, I guess. I don't know.
People can, though. That's the thing. People can, as long as they're not inciting violence, they are allowed to say, hey, we should, you know what I mean? Now, It gets tricky with kill. This is just the law talking. This isn't necessarily my opinion. This is just like how it works. The word kill gets very tricky. We should get rid of billionaires. You're allowed to say all day long. We should not have trans people, you're allowed to say that. Then there's a question, though, about do we platform that? And then there's a question about, is YouTube a private company, or should we consider it more like a utility since so many people use it for free and then the government? And like when you get into all that, it does genuinely get very gray. But let me zoom out for a moment. I love zooming in, love where we're at, free speech, right in the heart of it, how it interacts with people's day-to-day lives. Zoom out. We're in the middle of like they're going to use everything. Let's stop talking about the rules and the referees and start recognizing that they're going to try to arrest Charlemagne and Hassan and Candace because they can. Now, they will throw a bunch of logic at you as to why they're justified, but that is almost irrelevant at this point. What they're doing is just arresting their enemies, and
that's stupid. Yeah, they're not going to do that. It's all stupid. It's kabuki. There's no way they're going to fucking do that.
I am 70% with you.
I don't believe it. And
they're not going through tomorrow.
There's no way.
They're not going through tomorrow, but let's say Peter Thiel ends up way more powerful than he is now, and J.D. Vance is the president in 4 years, and Palantir is just how we run things. Yeah, they're absolutely going to. They're 100% going to.
Dude, at that point, think about where we're going to be in 4 years.
You're right. We'll be arguing over the Constitution. We'll be like, the Constitution.
We won't be allowed to do this anymore. What are you talking about? It's going to be regulated media.
Yeah, we won't even be talking about this.
I will be.
I mean, we'll be talking about it, but it'll be like in dive bars and in like fucking. You might have to
sick. I'm not.
It sounds sick as fuck.
I'm pretty sick. Like we're gonna be rad. We're gonna dance. I'm just telling everybody we're gonna dance. I've been saying it. They've been mad at me over it for a year, but we're gonna dance.
Well, no, that you have to do that at the end to get it out, because that's the whole part of it. You gotta it's a physical thing. It's not.
I'm in the market for a gun. I'm gonna name it the Constitution. I've just decided.
All right.
That way, when we're fighting these fat seconds, be like, well, maybe you haven't referred to the Constitution.
Maybe that could be like your Jules from Pulp Fiction. Instead of reading a quote from the Bible, you just start saying the preamble in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, and
I get shot in the head halfway through the speech.
Yeah,
all the rad kids and old people are just like, God, these goddamn millennials. What the fuck is wrong with them, dude?
Yeah. Boring. Boo. Boo.
Why do they think everything has meaning?
All right, you guys hash that out for a moment. I just heard my child scream. I want to make sure he's not alone.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I just think, I don't know. It feels like all the people they're just flailing. They're flailing to get anybody to care about them, because now it's becoming like more and more obvious. All the talking heads we were talking about.
I think not only that, but they're just about them than they do any of the politicians or the mainstream media.
Right.
Like what Mark Levin or a fucking Jake Tapper or a fucking whoever the fuck, nobody gives a fuck about a politician anymore. Nobody gives a fuck about a CNN or a goddamn Fox or a
It's true. Like, I know Hassan Piker's name. I don't know anybody from fucking CNN's name. I don't give a fuck about anybody from CNN.
That's exactly right.
I just haven't consumed corporate media in a long time. It's just like, I felt like, it happened years ago once I was like, oh, this. Also, once you find out most of the staff was former CIA agents, then, you start reading these CIA agents when they retire and they write their books and shit. That's the shit when it was like, oh, okay, well, fuck, I don't want to listen to that person. I don't want to listen to that. A person who's well-versed in constructing getting people to think in a particular way. I don't want to do that. I just saw a thing about the disguises they used to make, and they showed up a bunch of pictures of the disguises that they did. Bro, it is so good. They need to stop working for the CIA and start going into like the sci-fi fantasy. I think a lot of the conventions would be sick if they had some CIA agents doing disguise level cosplay.
Yeah. I'm sure they do. There's got to be a couple of them that do. Or, they don't make them. Whoever makes them for them makes them.
No, there's a bitch. No, Jonah. Fuck, her name's Jonah something. She was like, for years, did all of this disguises for the CIA.
I wonder what that pays.
like the masks and shit. Like she made the masks. Like a dude that worked for the ambassador, who like at the time I think it was the ambassador of China, perhaps, puts on the whole getup, goes in to meet the guy who's in on the thing, like, this is what we've been working on, introduces him as an expert. Oh, this is so and so from environmental blah blah blah. Nice to meet. Dude has a full on conversation. The gay look at each other, start laughing. He's like, "What's so funny?" And he rips the fucking mask off. And he's like, "Oh shit, you're the person that I've known I've been working with me for years and years. What the fuck?"
The real Mission Impossible shit. Today, I mean, I'm sure that would work today.
I think it came up again just because they think there was like a proper mask on the fake shooter.
On the fake shooter, there was a mask on him. It's not the same dude that they call. Wait, when was the mask on him?
No,
Also,
I'm saying
why are we calling him a shooter? He didn't even shoot. Did he? He not a shooter.
He didn't even earn the title.
He didn't even get a shot off. Why are we calling him that? The runner. We need to call that. We need to break it back. He is the only interesting part. He is the only interesting part of that whole story, and the only reason that he's any interesting is because he was like totally a shit lib, like absolutely fucking rudderless ship, fucking Brianna Wu, fucking. Anyway,
Is Rosie okay?
When they shot at him for
No, he died.
Oh, he did die. So now there's a mask on him that
I was responding a lot.
No. That makes a lot more sense. The guy that they ran, they did kill him. They heard 4 shots. Hey,
That's what I'm saying. They made a mask of his face and made him the quote unquote shooter.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's crazy.
I think that's why it even came up.
Dang.
Yeah.
This is phenomenal. You guys' this conversation, it flows like one of those mandalas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the spokes.
All my silly premise is I think the people who used to make the masks for the CIA should just quit, and especially since a lot of them got fired, should repurpose that expertise into the like a cosplay era. I was like, I think you get a lot more higher level, people dressing up at conventions.
Yeah, but they're not cool, so they won't. Oh, that's been my experience.
Did that Breaking Bad buddy go in here one time and walk through the fucking whatever the comic book show or whatever they do, the Comic Con or whatever. And he had one of those on, and then he walked through and showed everybody how rad his man. I think I saw a reel like that one time. They call it a reel, but it's all fake. They call it a reel.
That's bar. Wait, what? What producer? What?
That's right.
That's hilarious.
That's way funnier. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I would love a CIA, CIA agent level mask for something real silly. That's all I meant, really.
Yeah, and that's because it's the opposite of a silly mask for something serious, which is always fun, like the nuns in that surfer robber movie.
Yeah. Yes.
Shout out Keanu Reeves.
That's actually kind of what it feels like now. Like that's what happened at the correspondence dinner. It feels like that.
The surfer robber movie from 89 to 94. That is exactly what Kash Patel's whole thing is.
Where it's just bad. That's actually why I'm low key mad at really good writers, especially a lot of real good lefty writers. Like all of these uncreative AI cuck pieces of shit. They've gotten all of their ideas from like things that have been written about what the idea of evil is. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like they couldn't even come up with their own, like these writers
they're aspirational bad people. That's kind of what we were touching on with the whole like Dick Cheney rolling over in his grave. Like they don't even want to do evil. They just want all the clout.
Yeah. And not even, yeah, dude. Like that's they're just movie quoting their way through fascism. Does that make sense?
Like some motherfuckers want to do. I believe the Teal Party people. I believe that they're really interested.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah. So
but even that, calling it Palantir, they're just lame.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Alex Karp wants to do evil. That man wants to do evil. I guarantee you, Elon Musk wants to do evil. Like,
yeah, but Elon's a perfect example. I know that they want to do evil. I think what I'm trying to say is they want to get the clout of being an evil mastermind, but they're not putting in any work, man.
Yeah, it's just a lack of creativity.
And thank God, it's going to be our saving grace.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because they think they look at like Hitler or somebody, and they're like, you know what mistake Hitler made, and you think they're gonna say something bone-chillingly evil and clever, and you're like, God damn, he's right. If Hitler had done that one way, the world would be so much worse off, and blah 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 blah. And they're like, it was that mustache, man. It looked goofy.
Yeah,
like,
that's all. That's your
what?
take.
That was, yeah. You know what?
That's all you got.
You know what, Steven? Yeah, save your mustache, and I think you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Bitch.
I don't know, man. They're pretty fucking evil with some pretty fucking evil plans. I mean, I definitely think that they plan to kill us all.
Mm-hmm. Well, they just don't care if they do.
Yeah, I mean, they want to kill us all.
We got a delay, and it's great because you guys have just like these very intense faces today. Not intense like in a negative way, but just like I stop talking and then there's like a 2-second pause, and this is what I'm looking at.
Boo-hoo.
I hope you're watching on the YouTube so this bit can
No one's crying about it, DJ. I'm just commenting because this is an entertainment podcast and we have space to fill. But
every time
Damn, Drew, why don't you bring something up? I brought up the CIA and I asked for the fucking convention.
What are you talking about? I didn't know what to say. You wasn't doing that. I was defending myself, not attacking you, Dude, I swear to God, if I could hit a button right now and mute you, I would so hard.
That's why we don't use your Zoom.
We don't use my Zoom because I don't really have one, but I'm going to change it.
See, power corrupts, absolutely.
I'm not the one that's corrupt here. My character was attacked.
You're the one that wants to silence someone.
You tried to gaslight me, Aaron.
We silence a woman, no doubt, too. The true colors coming out right here live.
Dude, I knew this was going to happen as soon as I let my mother-in-law take my fork away from this room. Where's my food? Dude, when I get it back, you two are on notice, in trouble. When I get my fork back, you don't need to lean in, DJ. You can't hear, turn up your volume.
Okay.
I'm going to shoot you with a potato gun next time I see you.
Oh, you can't say, I don't think you can say that either. You can't say shoot.
You can't say that. Nobody wants to hear any jokes anymore. They can't.
The mention of free speech on a podcast just derails it and makes it crashing into red territory.
You can't say anything anymore. You're not even allowed to say, I want to murder the president in front of his family and hold his son's eyes open while he watches me bludgeon him to death. You can't even say that anymore.
That's in quotes. Someone else said it.
All I'm saying is, like, again, it's this thing about our collective conscious. Like, I think there's a big thing or a big problem with us, with people, where like you're watching these talking heads, regardless of who it is, right? Mm-hmm. Who it is, or listen to your podcast, whatever, dude. Even us, dude, and like you can agree with us or you could disagree with us, right? I mean, that's totally fine. Do you know what I mean? And it's totally fine to do that. It's totally fine to listen to anybody, agree with them and disagree with them. Like, it's just weird now that these people have. I understand that Tucker had a direct line to, so he's kind of a special case because he did have a direct line to the actual fucking president, which is insane because that's weird. But he's a major spook anyways, and most of his shit. Let's just be honest. Him and Joe Kent and Marty Taylor Greene, they're trying to start another party to try to rally in 2028. I mean, that is what's happening. I don't think that they can give a fuck less. Well, I think they give a fuck about us losing our standing in America and stuff. I think that bothers them bigly, and knowing that like they really fucked us. You know what I mean?
But I guess that's to bring it back to what we were talking about earlier. When does it stop being entertainment and start being propaganda? At what part? Where does that meet? When do you get to like?
It's, I mean, at what point, like when you, I guess like the propaganda doesn't have to be baked in if you're talking, but like all of these people that we're talking about who are highly political, like it just is. It's like that's their political what?
So this is beating a dead horse on this podcast, but I think it's really illuminating to that question of propaganda versus entertainment. Dave Chappelle has caught a lot of flack in the last week or two because he did this interview. And if you really boil down what the soundbite that went viral was that everyone's popping off about, what he said was the right weaponized my jokes. And then there's a lot of people being like, dude, fuck off. Like, like, blah, blah, blah. But to the heart of what Carmen just asked and this conversation you guys are having, what he's saying, whether you agree with him or not, what he's arguing is I was making entertainment and someone used that for propaganda. So part of the issue is we can talk about these individuals separately, but they're not separate. They're part of an ecosystem. You're right to single out Tucker because it's like, dude, you're literally talking to the president every day. So with Kirk, though, not every day, not as often, but he was talking to it and he was strictly for entertainment at first, but he used his platform of entertainment. So it's like that line, it's not blurred. Unfortunately, I think it's non-existent. The only question is, how big is your platform?
Right.
And that sucks. I don't have like a thing to add to that now that's going to make everyone feel better or like understand the moment. It just sucks. It's Joe Rogan as an example. I mean, I genuinely don't think he wanted to be a guy setting the standard for culture when he started out, but he is, and he knows that. He's not going to back away from it for whatever reason. So,
is or was? You think that's over? You think that's done?
It's not done, but it's certainly fading.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's kind of like, but you know what? It's kind of like terrestrial radio, though. You can't just discount it because it's not as popular anymore. I mean, Rush Limbaugh built a movement through AM and cheap FM stations, and everyone just thought no one was listening there. No one's talking about Rogan anymore because the kids don't care. But, dude, Gen X, boomers, and a lot of millennials are still fucking worried about Rogan and talking about Rogan and who he has on there. They're still in it. We don't talk about QAnon anymore, but it didn't go away. It morphed into three things. It fractured, but they're still, those humans still exist. They still vote. They still got money.
Right.
But I think we don't talk about QAnon anymore because we found out it was a Ghislaine Maxwell fucking think tank. Because her connection with the owner of 4chan and all that shit. I mean, I feel like once you find out.
I would argue we stopped talking about it before then, and then that made it be talked about again for about a week and a half. I think it was already gone from the zeitgeist, but my point was the people who made up that movement were still around. They were fractured, and I think part of what Tucker's trying to do is scoop them up. I can't speak with deep intelligence on any of this. I haven't thought about it or studied it. I'm just saying that I think the question of is it entertainment or propaganda has been made moot by the internet. And now the only question is this actually going to influence people or not? Is it entertaining enough and the platform big enough to have an effect? And if it is, it acts the way propaganda used to, whether it was intended to be propaganda or not.
I can't remember who said it. I kind of think it was like Hakeem on the program, or I can't remember. But they were talking about living in Iraq and living through the Iraq war and stuff, and like being a kid and seeing like all kind of crazy shit. And then seeing Spider-Man for the first time. And when Spider-Man goes over the fucking New York and then that big American flag comes up behind him. And I remember him being like, and he was talking about it. And he was like, at that moment, dude, I was like, totally like, so I was like, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? And then he like, so there is something about like, propaganda in entertainment that's always been there. Especially in American entertainment that's always been there. But is it good or is it bad? Is somebody? I guess that all depends on what message where your bias is.
Yeah, I mean, there's people apparently just now realizing The Boys is shitting on the Trump administration. We're in season 4.
Dude, why? It's so wild.
And regardless of how you feel about The Boys or Trump or their decision to do that, I guess to your point, DJ, to them, it wasn't propaganda until this season when they realized it. And that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and is it better if you know that it's propaganda? Can you not just sit and watch a movie and just let it be? I mean, like, I do that all. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I watch a movie all the time and, like, I can recognize it for what it is and still enjoy it without being, like, stuck on, like, oh, they're just trying to get across the message. Like, sometimes it's hard. Even if I'm biased towards the message, I'm like, you're ruining the fucking movie by trying to fucking fit this message in.
What's the guy who does soap operas for Boomer Men?
Dr. Carlson.
Taylor Sheridan.
Yeah,
Taylor Sheridan. Early Taylor Sheridan joints, I liked some of them. Even though I could tell that this was like a libertarian wet dream type of propaganda piece.
Right.
Because inside the libertarian propaganda is this notion like, be a badass, do it on your own, fuck the man, and like that appeals to me. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm with you, 100%.
Yeah, and there's a female representation of that, like when which is being heavy-handed. That's when it starts feeling like propaganda, is when it's really heavy-handed. When you're like beating, again, much like this podcast, beating a dead horse.
But don't you think when it's really heavy-handed and therefore obvious, it's less effective, at least on people like us?
Definitely for me. Like, I watched fucking Captain Marvel, and it was like, oh, okay, you became superpower because a guy was mean to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just over and over again. Like, it's because I'm a woman, and it's just like, I don't know, to somebody who's a woman that's actually empowered, that is annoying. It's not empowering to me at all, because I don't believe you. Now, granted, the what's it called? The actress might be or whatever, but you in this role reading this corny ass fucking script that seems like somebody who was like, do a feminism in AI and then spit it out. Like, yeah, to me, it's fucking fuck off.
Yeah, the corniness aspect. There's definitely, like all the when Appalachia was cool.
Yeah.
And like at first I dug it because it was like, it felt like we were kind of on the map, which was nice. It felt like some people who were getting bigger platforms were able to talk about some of our issues, which I appreciated. Shout out to those creators. But then at some point you kind of go, I'm starting to watch it, and it's hard to describe, at least it is for me. I'm sure there's an academic who can do it super quickly and concisely, but there's this feeling you have, maybe there's a German word for it, of like, oh, we became a zoo animal. Like, we wanted to be sane, and now we're being zoo animaled.
Oh yeah, fetishized, all of those words. Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's also, I see it on the other side where now white people are like learning about Latin culture because Bad Bunny. So now there's like white people on all over the internet going, guys, it's not a banana, it's a plantain. And I'm like, great. Now our poor Spanish food is now going to be, or Latin food is going to be fucking Spanish food too. But it's all going to be expensive now.
There's nothing worse than being gentrified out of your food, dude. Like,
truly,
when at a restaurant now is like, first of all, extra. It used to be just you could do the cornbread or the rolls. And it's like $10 for an app of cornbread. And you're like, and don't worry, we bring it out in a cast iron skillet. I swear to God, if I hear someone say cast iron skillet one more fucking time, I will beat them to death with a cast iron skillet. Wash it, don't wash it. And I did it too. I do not care what you're doing with your that is a dish. Why are you telling me what you did with it one way or the other? We're having a debate.
Shove the handle up your ass for all I give a fuck.
A powerful tool in the history of the world for communication. And what we're talking about is how you alone at your house are cleaning your fucking pans. Suck my cast iron dick.
And it also works against you in some senses too, like in cases of like JD Vance, like
No, I fell for it, brother.
well that, and also then saying something like trying to discredit him as being like whatever, knowing what he's doing. It's like no, there's 100,000 of those guys up here. Those guys.
No, I agree completely. Like,
Yeah.
JD ain't Appalachian. Bullshit. We got them motherfuckers in suits selling us out since day one. Now, it might have been your uncle, and you don't want to own up to it, but somebody, Hatfields and McCoys, there was two sides to that fucking thing. There were people who worked on the fucking mine.
Yeah.
Sorry. God damn.
No, you goddamn right.
I'm fucking red.
Right. There's 100,000 of them motherfuckers, and every single one of them got Appalachian in the name of their business. Appalachian Air, Appalachian Auto Service, and they will fucking ream you, son. They will fucking. There's 100,000 of them, dude. That it's like it's not a monolith. They're not all, and they hate fucking cornbread, and they don't fucking want your goddamn fucking mama's fucking chicken recipe. They fucking.
Or they do, and that don't make them good people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll cut a sick cornbread shirt, and your grandma is a good cook, but you are a venture capitalist piece of human garbage.
Yeah, right.
And, you know, that's why I think the best takedown of JD Vance inherently acknowledges that he is part of the culture, which is you kind of get why his mama sold him for some perk 30.
She ain't wrong. She ain't wrong.
Kind of get what I'm saying. It's off the stove and invest some perk 30s. That's so funny.
Yeah.
And if he was a carpet bagging, you know what I mean? Like if his mama wasn't a pill addict, that wouldn't be funny.
Right.
She was. He's a bastard. He's an Appalachian piece of shit.
Yeah.
And that whole thing, he's from Ohio. Yeah, dude, the Appalachian diaspora to Ohio is very real. Hillbillies went up there to get fucking jobs, and some of them had shitty kids. And one of them's name is Fat Fuck JD Vance. I hate his guts.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he is the worst. He's the worst because he's a poser. He's an evil poser.
Yeah.
Evil posers are the worst ones.
Oh my God. He's got no sauce. You ever seen him run?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't watch him do anything. That's how much I dislike. I don't watch him. I only know about the things he says now from artists drawing hideous versions of him and then a quote next to it. Like that's the extent. I have no desire to rest my eyes upon that piece of shit.
We're saying it's an interesting dynamic in the White House that like they're giving Rubio all the sauce and like giving JD all the like just all the shit jobs and just kind of fucking shit like just like it's crazy.
Oh, yeah. If you set this in medieval times and just had a little bit of butt stuff in it, my wife would watch every season of what's going down right now. Every fucking season. I bet JD, if played by the right actor, would be a phenomenal character.
Yeah.
Walking out there smiling, talking about how he's Catholic now, and then in you know, behind the scenes beating his children.
Well, that's another thing is he's trying to usher in this new Catholicism.
Her name's
this his wife.
Yeah. Sorry. Stupid. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, she's hot too. Super hot.
Be a good show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the new Catholicism is
like space demons and shit like that, and orbs and shit like that. It's pretty third grade. It's rad. Come on.
No, it's not rad. They're trying They're trying to cling to something rad so that they can usher in the shitty. I mean, dude, he argues with the Pope when the Pope says stuff about peace. Like he's trying to just. He and Hegseth are genuinely trying to get us into some kind of what's the when you go to war for God? What's it called?
Oh, like a crusade.
Crusade. They're genuinely trying to get us into some crusade shit. And I think that Hegseth, I think he believes in it. I don't know about JD.
I don't think JD's doing that. I think JD's more on that Peter Thiel transhumanism and is trying to just usher people into this new despotic religion.
But if I tell you, you can do both.
Yeah, dude, nobody's gonna fucking do a crusade for AI Jesus.
But no one's going to do a crusade for anything JD Vance says. God has no sauce. He's the most sauceless. Nobody's going to do anything he said.
No.
He's
But
not
I
a
guess
cult
maybe
leader.
you're right. Maybe you're right because like our Palantir put out that fucking manifesto, whatever the fuck that was, and they were talking about, hey, listen, you're all gonna have to go to war forever as AI becomes Jesus or whatever.
Yeah, now that was Hegseth mostly, and I think he's a true believer, and he goes to this weird fucking church in Nashville. But and the address is, I'm kidding. But with JD, I think he either flirts with that because he thinks it's going to be useful for him.
Yeah.
He's got some of that too. Guys, we got 6 minutes. I'll go first. Here's what's gravy. We're trying to buy a house, and the process is not gravy, but the house is gravy, and feeling like we're close is gravy, and just feeling like a grown up is gravy.
Nice.
And I got room for both of you.
Oh, I'll
Fuck
be,
yeah.
I'm gonna be here. I'll be here. I'll help y'all need to move.
I got options.
Such and such.
I got options. You guys show up. I can be like, you sleep here or here. I mean,
I'm
just
sleeping.
that's all the options. It's two. It's more than none.
It's true. Truly. I mean, that's a win. Part of the reason it was so difficult to just stay a vagrant comedian is so many people they don't have enough money for guest rooms anymore.
That's true. Or you had to
a family member.
or you had to lodge up with a fan who's super eager to have you lodge up with him, and you're like, look, if you're a good dude, you're wondering why I'm looking at you like this. But if you're not a good dude, you know exactly why I'm looking at you like this.
Yeah, like
and that, but plus a woman.
What? You mean it's different to stay with people if you're a woman and they're strange? What happens sometimes? Don't say it. It's not great.
Go DJ. You go.
music is gravy. Music,
Fuck yeah, dude.
the art of music is fucking. I have been loving all this fucking shit coming out, dude. Everybody is just like on it, dude. It's like this. I was waiting for it. And then like the only people who were like really coming out as like anti-establishment or like whatever were, I mean, you got the Jesse Wells and the, I guess, Bruce Springsteen or whatever. They were like making songs and coming out and stuff, but like I was ready for the hard hitters, man. And like, fuck, dude, it's coming out and it's fucking great, and there's just so much good music out right now that's like that preaches to my soul, so I'm loving it all. Watch that Blackberry Marmalade video. It's
I'm
fun.
going to.
It's fire.
I got it. I got a tab open on my computer for it.
Nice.
Pretty stoked about it.
Nice.
Drew, you're in Bristol right now, aren't you? Are you in Bristol right now when this comes out?
Yeah, thank you. Friday and Saturday, 1st and 2nd, I'll be at the Blue Ridge Comedy Club, owned and ran by our good friend Sean. I'm pretty pumped. The shows are always fun there. I usually get a small but dedicated crowd. You know, it's an interesting place to have a comedy club. It's not exactly a huge metropolis, but man, they come out from the hollers, and so come out, folks. And if you're having a hard time or whatever right now, you can't afford tickets, holler at me, and I will get you in there.
Yay!
Send my butt.
Patreon.com. Yeah.
Oh yeah, DJ's
Patreon.com.
opening for me.
What?
He just found out. He's so mad. He's not, everybody.
I'm getting ready for Campathon. I got Campathon coming. I got stuff to do. Sorry, I love y'all, but
When is Campathon?
the 20th.
Of May?
Yeah.
Bummed because I wanted to go, but literally I just forgot. I didn't have it in my calendar. And 2 days before DJ.
This year, rockabilly bands are coming. It's gonna be super great. Last year was more of a hockey talk theme. This year's a lot of rockabilly coming, so I'm super stoked about that. And yeah, sorry.
Carmen, you've delayed long enough.
Wait, can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Everything that I said on this episode, throw it away right now. Okay. Because I don't know if I knew if I was even believed in anything that I said. So there you go.
You did tell me I was right like 4 times. And so I was waiting on you to say something like that. Take it all back. Hey, Mark, can you delete that? Mark, can you delete that real quick? Mark, can you delete that, please? Take that out. Carmen, what's gravy?
We don't have time. Patreon.com/gravybabypod. Throw some cash at us. We appreciate you very much. CarmenMorales.com for all of your Carmen Morales needs. I met a fuck ton. Here's what was gravy. I met a bunch of babies this past weekend at the small town. None of them weird or creepy. We had cool babies.
Oh, gravy babies, dude! I thought you were just hanging out with my son's friends.
I did hang out with babies as well, but those are not the ones I'm talking about.
Sick.
I've been trying to do this bit about how it's okay that I don't have kids because it takes a village, and especially in late stage capitalism, you're going to need help.
You're going to need help. You're going to need an lot.
Truly. But yeah, I met a bunch of gravy babies at an assortment of shows, and it's been, it felt really good. It felt really good in a bunch of different places too. So I met a professional redactor because I have these silly Epstein stickers that I sell. And I met a professional redactor that works on the Epstein files. And I was like, my great line that I came up with in the moment was, thanks for doing a bad job.
Yeah, that's nice.
Thanks for making it easier. I mean, resistance from within, thanks for making it so easy to unhighlight all the stuff. Yeah.
Bring a physical copy to me and I'll do it. Mark, delete that. All right, guys, come on out and see us. And fart butt dick.
Fart butt dick.
You could stick a whole ribeye in one of your back pockets, like.